Guess what time it is? It's time for Little Fish Dragon Reviews.
Welcome back, Dragon Riders. Little Fish here bringing you another Dragon's Review. And today I have another special item to share with you guys, a brand new dragon friend. Just came out at Build-A-Bear. We have the very own Hideous Zippleback, Barf Belch. Now I've already introduced you guys to Toot and Stormfly, so let's get to know our new dragon friend. So new for spring 2016, Build-A-Bear released the Barf Belch Zippleback Build-A-Bear. We'll take a closer look. This Build-A-Bear is actually more than the Toothless or Stormfly, not by much, just a few dollars, but I guess it's because he's got two heads, so he kind of counts as two dragons. So let's take a closer look. So we have the smiling head and the happy head. They do look both very happy. The nostrils and the eyes are embroidered, as well as, actually the mouth is not embroidered. The mouth is just a little slit of black fabric. So unlike, actually, now that I'm looking at it, Stormfly's mouth isn't embroidered either. It's also just a piece of black fabric. Interesting. So, again, embroidered nostrils and eyes. The pupil and the white spot and the area around the eye are all embroidered, while the yellow bit on the inside is a fuzzier material. Same thing goes for this dragon face. The horns on his head as well as down the back, all the way down, as well as the tips of their tails in little flame-like patterns. That is all a hard felt material. Their wings as well are a hard felt material, unlike Stormfly's, which is a satiny type of material, and Toot's, which is a satiny material sewn onto a felt-like material. This is just felt material, one on each side. The fabric that the body is made out of is a really nice green color, showing up a little lighter on camera, but it is a medium kind of green color. And he has scaling pattern. You can see a little better when you rub it that way. And I like how the tail kind of sits up by itself. It doesn't just lie flat. So this is Barf Belch from the back. And I think they did a really good job with constructing this dragon. One complaint I have is maybe it's because of the scaling on the back with this red felt material, because it's so stiff. The stitching when the Build-A-Bear helper was trying to close him up couldn't get the string to go all the way through, and she tried and she pulled really hard and it still kind of sticks out. So maybe it would have been better if they had used a green color thread instead of brown, because the brown really shows through. But that might also be because it wasn't pulled very taut. But again, it would have been nicer if the color blended in better. The horn is a nice yellow color, and that yellow color goes into the chin and the stomach of the dragon, and it's at the bottom of the tail. And then we have the 4 feet, one of which has the Build-A-Bear stamp, which Stormfly also has, but my Toot does not. So again, this is kind of a new thing with Build-A-Bear. Instead of having these little Build-A-Bear tags that they used to have, they now have the paw print. His claws are also made out of a felt material, though this felt material is a little bit fuzzier than the horns on his body. He's got a little bit of plastic sticking out of him. That's kind of strange. I'll have to cut that off. So again, all 4 feet have these fuzzy felt claws. Back up to his mouth. Each one has a full set of teeth, which is also kind of a softer, fuzzier felt material. So the inside of his mouth is a hard material. You can kind of hear that knock, with a fuzzier fleece on top in the pink color. It would have been cool to see a tongue inside, and he's got a lower set of teeth that you can move. And he also has top teeth, 3 on each side. And if you really wanted to, you can make him talk. You could play Dragon Dentist if you really wanted to, but when you look at him from the side, he looks so happy. So we will take a look at the dragons from above, from the side, from the back, from the other side, and again from the front. And I gotta say, I really like the way this was made. I wasn't really sure what it would look like when I first heard about it. Build-A-Bear did a really good job, and I like how the neck is split the way it is. And here we have the Build-A-Bear tag with the Zippleback on the front. And it seems like they're putting less and less tags on these Build-A-Bears. So this is the only thing on it, Barf and Belch. Build-A-Bear.com with Dreamworks. And Belch and Barf can sit like this, or I believe he can stand up, so let's take a look. Well, Stormfly is actually giving him a little bit of help standing up, so can't really stand up too well on his own. He kind of falls over. I guess it's the weight of the two heads, but you can change his position to make him look like he's standing up, which is pretty cool. It might just be also the surface that I have him on. Kind of a squishy couch right now. Like you saw with Stormfly's review, he's a little bit too big for my review table, so comfy couch, why not? So this is the Build-A-Bear Barf and Belch. And Build-A-Bear, color me impressed. I am really satisfied with the way this dragon came out, and considering that we have Stormfly, Toothless, and now Barf and Belch, I am really holding hope that not only will we get Hookfang and Meatlug, but we might even get more dragons. Keeping my fingers crossed, I really am looking forward to seeing more dragons in the future. So, Build-A-Bear, looking forward to your dragons in the future. I can't wait. Still kind of hoping that maybe, just maybe, they'll come out with Build-A-Bear bears that look like Astrid Hiccup and maybe some of the other Vikings, but I guess we'll finish the dragons line first. In the comments below, let me know what you guys think. And just when you thought this review was done, I have one more thing to share with you guys. Like with Toothless and Stormfly, who got specialized shirts when they came out, Barf and Belch got a saddle. And not just any saddle, we have an official Build-A-Bear Workshop Dragon Saddle. Before, they only had a saddle made for ponies, but now they have an official dragon saddle that can fit any dragon. So we'll take a close look at the packaging real quick. There's not much to it. A choking hazard for ages under 3. Build-A-Bear Workshop presents dragons with a demonstration picture with Toothless and the saddle. And they say themselves, fits all dragons. Not much on this side, just more warnings about keeping out of the hands of children under 3. And this is from the other side of the bag. So let's open it up and test it out on our dragons. And just to share, the package is held closed with these little plastic ties. So just clip them off, and let's pull out our saddle. So this is the official Build-A-Bear Dragon Saddle. It has Velcro clasps to it. Just two, one for the top and bottom. And it's got some stirrups. The material is a really soft leather type material, and it's printed with a toothless symbol. And it's got a few little printed on bolts, and it's held by a piece of cardboard, which I will have to clip off. The bottom is actually an interesting feeling fabric. It's not that pleather that's on the top. So it's even got the lattice design on it, and it says Dreamworks Dragons, with the dragon symbol. And the stirrup, so that is the saddle laid out, and the underside of the saddle. So let's try it on some dragons. Of course, we will try it on Toothless first. So we have the top, and I guess it just kind of goes around like this. This is a very interesting form of Velcro I've never seen before. It's got the soft side, and then on the other side, it doesn't have those little like teeth in it. It's just got these little bumps. That is very interesting. I've never seen Velcro like this before. I did try it on before, and it sits kind of weird on his back because his wings are kind of in the way. So you gotta kind of get it up above his wings and get that around his neck. And kind of just circle that in there. And it attaches really nice. It's very loose on his stomach. And if you look at it like that, I can fit my whole hand underneath it. Guess it's made for chubbier dragons, so maybe this is a little hint towards us getting a chubbier dragon in the future, maybe, possibly. So it is very loose on Toothless. I kind of wish that they had made it like they made the top one, where you can adjust the size or the tightness of the saddle, but now they just made two little pieces. So this is Toothless with the saddle on. sits kind of weird because of his wings. Not really enough room. I feel like you have to take the wings off to get it to sit flat. But I guess this kind of works. And this is still really nice. So that is Toothless with his saddle on. Let's try it on Stormfly. And like with Toothless, this sits a little weird on Stormfly as well. The top strap is a little too thick, so it cuts into her wings. So that can't be comfortable for a dragon. And again, it is very loose on her stomach, so you can't really tighten it any more than that. But the weirdest thing is the way it sits on her back. It's all scrunched. I guess it's the way that it's made, but it doesn't sit even. It just doesn't fit too good. So that's what the saddle looks like on Stormfly. I again really love the fact that they made a saddle, but not one size fits all. Well, one size does fit all, but just very, very strangely. And for Barf and Belch, this one sits pretty awkward too. I guess it's because of the two heads, but there isn't a lot of space or a lot of material to go around. I kind of had to squish them in a little bit to get it to clip closed. That's all the space I have left. The stomach though, that fits nice and snug. The back, however, on the side, the stirrups go right over the wings. It does sit pretty flat, but the stirrups are right over the wings. I have to pick them up, and if you pick up the wings, then it makes the saddle all smushy, and the horns on the back don't sit properly. It just kind of pulls at them. Check them out standing up. So I guess it kind of works a little bit, sort of. It was definitely a very good try for Build-A-Bear, and I'm really, really glad that they made a saddle. I just wish it fit the dragons a little bit better. I mean, maybe I'm not putting it on right, but at the moment, yeah, one size fits all, but kind of awkwardly. And you can kind of see where it's cutting into the dragon's neck. So again, for a dragon, not so comfortable. And if you want to master dragon riding, you need your dragon to be comfortable. That's probably rule number 1. So again, a valiant attempt by Build-A-Bear with that saddle, but I think my dragons are gonna go saddleless for now. In the comments below, let me know what you guys think. Have you built your own Build-A-Bear dragon yet? And which dragon would you like to see as a Build-A-Bear? If you like this content, make sure to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. And you can also follow me on Tumblr and Instagram. And until next time, Dragon Riders, welcome home, dragons!